Okay, welcome to another Field of Glory 2 battle. This is one half of a mirror match for round 2 out of 3 for the Slitherine 20th anniversary tournament. In round 1, Richard York and I battered each other to bloody bits for one win each. In this match, I have the Germanic foot tribes versus my opponents, Dacians with Sarmatian allies. So, we'll look at the Dacians first. They get slightly more lightfoot than we do, a massive loose order warbands if they want, but only a couple close order warband. The Foxmen are a superior heavy weapon, unprotected, only 48 points, normally a great unit, but against loose order impact foot it's going to be a little bit iffy using them. They get 3 units of picked warband, whereas we get 4. Artillery if they want it, 2 light horse, we also get 2, just 2 javelin horse instead of 1 javelin, 1 light horse. Just like us, they get 2 noble cavalry, but they also have access to 5 units of armored noble lancers, which is a problem. Those lancers could flank us, they could zone of control lock down large sectors of the map. So, I'll need to figure out how to maximize my advantages, which are in infantry, essentially, and minimize my disadvantages. There's 2 approaches I could take. I could either use this forest as an anchor and pile everybody in this flat ground here and push forward as best as I can, or I could use this rough ground as my extreme right flank and push forward this way to my left. That would require something of a narrow deployment. So I'm not sure if I'm fond of that idea, if I want to keep things simple. We can get up to 7 units of loose order warband, which isn't quite enough to cover this full frontage. So as a result, I think I do incline toward this simple approach, for better or for worse. We'll get both of our noble cavalry, dropping 1 on each wing. The same with our light javelin horse. And certainly max out our superior warband. I want 1 to help anchor the wing. Also max out my lights for whatever that's worth. It's not a very impressive contingent. Now that leaves us at 52 points, a pretty unfortunate number to be stuck with. I hesitate to get rid of even more lights though. Is that worth it? I think not. I think I'm better off dropping a unit of light javs. Let's go all in. Let's just go. Oh wait, 48. Never mind. How detestable. 18 points left over. It is a bit much. I'm gonna agonize for a bit. Okay, this is perhaps a bit foolish, but we are only getting 3 units of lightfoot instead of our max of 5, so we'll have to hope to overwhelm him with the sheer number of foot that we have available. weight our generals heavily on this wing, I suppose. Well, stick one over there as well, actually. There we go. There's our commander-in-chief. I'm just not that concerned about keeping our cavalry generals up when they are so few and not of particularly high quality anyway. Let's see his deployment. What have we got? Lancers, skirmishers, falksmen, and who knows what else. Here is the point where I will pause and do that detestable counting of points. So with 1,076 points visible, he's probably got 2 more non-light units tucked away somewhere. So that's not terrible, actually. We'll keep our lights close by. Although I'm comfortable letting the cavalry scout ahead a bit. It might be advisable to shift the line somewhat to the left. Just because otherwise his lancers will outflank me. And we'll use the forest as an anchor. That will mean some awkward maneuvering to get my close order warband in the right place. Like so. Alright, very good. Next turn. There we go. I'd like to send my lights over here if I can. Not to contest his lights so much as to fight his cavalry. After this, we'll probably need to wheel around. I would have liked to have had a loose order warband just chuck into here, but we don't, so we'll have to make the best of it. Next turn. get past his cavalry. I enjoy that the difference between the close and loose order warband is that the close order is wearing pants. Perhaps that would make all the difference. I would like to get my superior warbands into impact against his Falksmen. And not have too many units pinned by his cavalry. See how that goes. Next turn. Really not worried about that. And we'll just shuffle away. Next turn we'll start firing at this unit again. In the meantime, we'll try to drive off these skirmishers a bit. See if that does any good. Fragged. They evade. Good. Get our superior warband in here. See if we can't goad these Falksmen into moving, what with their lack of armor. So we'll just try to delay here. And it might get a bit awkward if these just turn around and push this way. We'll need to shift about. I'm hoping to just do some severe damage on the infantry line right away, though, with these superior warbands generaled up. But we'll see. I am a little bit worried about these loose warbands just double dropping right away. Always a possibility. Right, so I lost the audio for this turn, unfortunately, so I'll just have to talk over the muted recording. So he is pitting a fair number of my units on the right, but overall I think we are only spending slightly more points against his lancers, and then he has his 2 noble cavalry off to the far left that aren't doing anything. So what that means is that we have more points worth of troops engaging him in the center than he does. Especially important is that we've got our picked warbands all generaled up and ready to get into the fray. Whereas in the mirror to this match, I have his picked warband zone of control locked by lancers. That kind of double drop is just sheer luck, though. The Foxmen are at a 50 POA deficit on impact with average warbands. So I can destroy that Lancer unit if I have enough time. But I'm not sure if I'll have enough time because of the general up unit up top there driving in. Yeah, so that's how you prevent yourself from having to charge lancers with infantry. Just bring up a unit of archers and they'll have to stand and get shot at or charge themselves, in which case you get your defensive impact. I considered throwing the javelins at the Volksmen because they're unarmored and so squishy, but I didn't want to waste any more time. And the light javelin horse will go to the flank with the cavalry action. So we'll threaten 2 flanks with that unit, so you'll have to respond with his own warband, and then next turn we can flank the Volksmen. Our close order warband will simply join the fray soon. So there we have more or less 4 units against 4 units. And since we've started winning in the center, then having even points facing off on this wing is a win for us. And our light javelin horse will keep trolling away. Chasing them is really just a waste of time. If I'm careful, they can't be caught. Even if they are caught, a cavalry unit pursuing them is still not on the battlefield. Onward. Next turn. 20 Bunker says this isn't going quite as planned. Not sure what I'm doing wrong as we have the same troop types. I think the problem is that my superior warbands are freed up to fight instead of pinned down by his cavalry. And these cavalry have been doing, not anything, basically. That's 88 points engaged in, no action whatsoever. But they're going to get back in the fray soon, and these lancers will tear my noble cavalry up. And that's certainly quite unpleasant, too. We'll have to try to... Oh, good. We fell back because it was Volksmen and not Impact Foot. Otherwise, I could have gotten dangerous. That was just luck. Good. Yeah, these warband battles, if something starts going wrong, it can kind of spread, wrongness pretty quickly. So what have we got? Deep Impact Foot is for having an intact unit of Impact Foot with extra ranks. He gets plus 50 for troop quality, so we're only at plus 60, and then the actual melee isn't that great. So we're gonna hold that thought. And in the meantime, crash into this unit. No problem, because now we get the flank. Fragged, but not broken. Loose, they're all loose order. Okay. Do I want... No, I can't get them to rally up anyway. Right then. Held firm. Too bad. Let's lock in this warband unit. We can't beat them, but if we just force them to keep charging at us and wasting time, that's free points for us. And in the meantime, we'll kind of hold back defensively here. I hope this unit rallies up soon. That was crucial. That guarantees us that this unit will break soon, which means hopefully things will go well. This is going to be ugly, though. They're generaled up, and they're superior, and it's multiple units that we're facing. We could give command to this unit, but they would still lose. Then again, we don't need a generaled up unit against disrupted units, so let's take the risk. And instead of pushing this way, I think I'm going to push to fill this gap here. Oh no. Well, it's good that we're going to get reinforcements forward, because this unit's going to get broken up. Nothing we can do about it, because all of our units are unmaneuverable. Alright, we've locked them in against the edge of the world. A bit silly, I know, but I guess there has to be a map edge somewhere. And these guys are just going to have to stand their ground. I don't want to risk getting this unit charged, so I'd rather lose this unit than this unit, ultimately. Silly, I should have pushed them this way to deal with these Foxmen. Oh well. Alright, you, what will you do? Could take a chance. Could get them killed, but it could lead to fun things. Nothing. Neither fun things nor death. Alright, and that appears to be that for the moment. It's going pretty well, but we could lose this unit. And warbands are so volatile, you know, if something goes wrong, it could cascade on us. Next turn. Run, 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 run. I'm surprised that they evaded. I would have thought they would stand their ground. Ouch. Messed up the order. Should have charged him with the disrupted unit first, although I suppose it would have been risky. Good, we'll just keep them locked. Both held firm. It's too bad. There we go. Held firm again. Ah, more like it. And we kept them safe, now they've rallied. Move this unit here to set up for a flank attack. And then this unit will engage this loose warband. Like so. lock them in. That way we're set for a flank attack next turn. If we need it. Too bad, this unit's gonna get flanked as well. Well, let's hold firm. Perhaps they'll hold for one more turn with a risk to move this unit in close. Good. So I'm going to stay turned this way so that if he turns to face my cavalry, I can run. Well, actually, that's not right. No, we'll want to stop any attempts to move this way. Good. And it looks like things are going to get a bit bad on the right, so we'll move in that general direction. Alright, that's what we got. Next turn. Yep, that's gonna hurt. Ooh. And we disrupt here, so the whole wing's about to go. Right, let's break them first. Oh no. Okay. Very lucky. Very nice. Let's stand, and if they don't charge, we'll throw some more javelins in. Slide past and charge. Hold firm, too bad. Let's get that flank attack in. Ah, damn. Oh no! Oh, that just... Oh my god. Yeah, these warband armies, so we're gonna lose these 2 units now. It's quite bad. Maybe more, depending on how this goes. Yep. Well, this took a sudden turn for worse. We've lost 16% in one turn, and we're going to lose at least one and possibly as many as 3 units next turn. Next turn. Let's see how many units I'll lose in the subsequent flank attack. Held firm, that's nice, but I'm not sure what good it'll do. Oh, very lucky that he didn't break and roll right in. That could give me a chance to break this unit and roll into his. See which way it goes. Yes, that's unfortunate. We fragged here. Well, this is a little bit more gruesome than the other one. And they held firm. Very good. Let's push and see if we can't hit this unit in the rear. Perfect. Get out of range of the cohesion failure there. Well, I hardly deserved that. Yeah, this is surprisingly not that bad, just because well, this unit is disrupted, and this unit has taken heavy enough casualties that it's suffering from a negative combat strength modifier. So even though we're disrupted, because we're generaled up, it's not really that bad. Lucked out there. That's superior units for you there. Good. We fought them off. Get some arrows in. Hold firm. Well, if this battle went on, we would lose this warband next turn, but I don't think it is going to go on. Charge again. Disrupted something. Go for the break. Hold firm. Alright. That should be the end. There we go. So that was a little uglier than the match as the Dacians, but that's to be expected because of the usefulness of these armored noble lancers. But basically it was pretty straightforward. I tried to get my superior or generaled up warbands against his not superior and not generaled up warbands. I did kind of end up slipping up on the right wing of my infantry line here, and it could have gotten uglier. We would have still won, but a few more units could have been rolled with worse dice rolls. In terms of the cavalry action on the right, my light horse was annoying and distracting. I think a little bit more discipline could have seen these noble cavalry behind my army, and that would have been quite bad. Additionally, I think his lights were kind of wasted fighting in the infantry front line. It would have been more useful seeing off my lights so that his cavalry could have been spared arrow fire and he could have stopped my admittedly obnoxious blocking his cavalry in against my infantry shenanigans with my light archers. There's a current discussion ongoing in the forums about finding a way to do away with that sort of lights blocking. We'll see if anything comes of it. It's pretty complicated. On this wing, basically, we had, I believe, one more unit, and we were able to, pin this warband with our cheaper cavalry. So, yeah, I mean, as usual with these warband battles, the cohesion rules can be pretty chaotic, but I think setting the rules aside, the main factor was that his cavalry was scattered and these two units didn't do anything. That's about 90 points out of the action. And out of a 1,200 point army, that's quite a bit, especially with the general included. But my opponent is newer to the game than I am, so he said, it was painful, but he learned a lot. Trust me, I know the feeling. That's how I felt all of Season 8 of the League. So, good game to my opponent, and till next time.